Hello and welcome to today's presentation. Today we'll be looking at Apple smartphone accessibility and focusing on the free tools that are already built into the iPhone. These features support communication, access, and everyday independence. So first, what is FAAST? The Florida Alliance for Assistive Services and Technology Center, also known as FAAST, has regional demonstration centers which provide services to increase awareness, access, and acquisition of assistive technology for all Floridians. Assistive technology can be defined as any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially, off-the-shelf, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of individuals with a disability, and that's according to Public Law 101 through 476. There is a wide range of AT device categories such as activities of daily living, adaptive toys and games, communication, computer access, environmental access, mobility, and seating and positioning. So at the Atlantic Regional Demonstration Center, we serve Orange, Seminole, Volusia, and Brevard counties. We provide trainings, demonstrations, and information, as well as device loans. We are located at 3280 Progress Drive in Suite 250 in Orlando, Florida, with the zip code 32826. Our email is atlanticrdc@fast with 2a's.org. So let's talk about smartphones as assistive technology. Smartphones are already part of our daily life, but for many individuals with disabilities, they can also function as powerful assistive technology tools. Apple devices, including the iPhone, include built-in accessibility features that are completely free and customizable. These tools can support communication, vision, hearing, mobility, cognition, and overall independence across the lifespan. Some of the key takeaways from this presentation are that accessibility is not just one feature, it's a system, and Apple organizes their accessibility settings into categories, including vision, speech, physical and motor, hearing, and cognitive. And all these features can be found in your settings app or preloaded onto your iPhone or iPad. The VoiceOver feature is a screen reader that reads all on-screen elements aloud, including text, buttons, notifications, and layout structure. It also announces position and context, like whether something is a button, heading, or tab, and it supports typing, navigation, and app interaction without vision. To use it, you swipe left or right to move through elements and double tap to activate something. A two-finger swipe down will read continuously, and the rotor gesture, which is a two-finger twist, lets you change navigation models like characters, words, lines, headings, or links. It can also connect to braille displays and external keyboards. Overall, this replaces standard touch navigation with a structured, gesture-based, and audio-based interaction system. The zoom feature magnifies the entire screen or a movable zoom window, enlarging all visual content like text, icons, and interface elements. You can turn it on with the three-finger double tap, move around with the three-finger drag, and adjust the zoom level by double tapping and dragging. There's also a zoom controller that can stay on screen for quick access. The zoom feature keeps the layout the same, but it increases the visual scale of the screen in real time. The Magnifier app is a free app that comes preloaded on your iPhone and iPad. It uses your camera to view and enhance real-world objects in real time. It can read printed text aloud and detect people and objects in the environment. You can zoom in using a slider or a pinch gesture, freeze the frame to inspect details and adjust brightness, contrast, color filters, or the flashlight. The text detection feature identifies readable text. Point and Speak reads text out loud when you point at it. People detection can estimate how far away someone is, and door detection identifies doors and reads nearby signage. This essentially turns the camera into a real-time assisted tool for understanding your environment. The hover text feature displays enlarged text when using a pointer like a mouse or a trackpad. When you hover over text, it shows a zoomed version in a separate overlay window. The display size, colors, and position are all customizable. This allows for targeted magnification without changing the full screen of your device. The display and text size feature adjusts the visual appearance of the system interface. You can increase text size with the larger text feature, thicken fonts with bold text, sharpen edges with increased contrast, remove blurred backgrounds with reduced transparency, and apply color filters like grayscale or red and green adjustments. All of these changes improve the clarity and contrast of your device. The Read and Speak feature converts text into speech on demand. Speak selection reads highlighted text, and Speak Screen reads the entire screen using a 2-finger swipe. Typing feedback reads letters, words, or suggestions while typing, and word highlighting tracks what's being spoken. This adds an audio layer to written content. The motion feature reduces animation and visual movement. Reduced motion replaces zoom and slide animations, and selecting Prefer Crossfade allows you to use fade transitions instead of harsh transitions, and dim flashing lights reduces the intensity of any flashing content, and this all helps simplify visual transitions and reduces sensory load. The audio descriptions feature adds narration that describes visual elements in videos, and how it works is that it plays an additional audio track that explains actions, settings, and scene changes. This all allows users to access visual media through audio. Assistive Touch lets users control their phone without using physical buttons or any complex gestures. It adds a floating on-screen button that opens a menu with actions like home, lock screen, volume, control center, notifications, screenshots, and even multi-touch gestures like pinching or swiping. So it's fully customizable. And overall, this turns multiple buttons and gestures into one simple tap system. And this is super useful for individuals with limited mobility. Voice control allows for full operation of the device using voice commands. It uses on-device speech recognition to process commands that directly map into actions on the screen. There are also overlays like a number grid to select areas or labels to identify tappable items. This overall converts spoken input into direct system control and interaction. Switch control enables device control using external switches. So items on the screen are highlighted one at a time in a process called scanning, and the user activates a switch to select them. It supports single switches, multiple switches, and Bluetooth devices. This allows for full navigation using minimal and customizable physical input. Touch accommodations adjust how different touch input is interpreted. The hold duration feature requires for a touch to be held before registering. Ignore repeat filters repeated taps. And tap assistance refines how taps are recognized. So what it changes is the timing and sensitivity of different touch interaction and how it's interpreted on your device. The eye tracking feature allows for users to control the device using their eyes. The front-facing camera will track gaze direction. The cursor can follow eye movement, and selection happens through dwell timing. So for example, like how long you're looking at an item. This replaces touch with a gaze-based interaction system. The head tracking feature allows for control using head movement. So the camera will track head position, and then the cursor moves based on that movement, and then the sensitivity and motion range can be adjusted. So what it changes is that it provides another alternative to touch. Live captions converts spoken language into text in real time. On-device speech recognition processes audio and displays captions immediately on the screen, and this adds a visual representation of speech. Sound and name recognition helps users stay aware of important sounds in their environment. It works by using the iPhone's microphone to continuously listen for selected specific sounds, like a doorbell, alarm, or someone calling their name. So when a sound or name is detected, the device sends an alert through a notification, vibration, or a visual cue, and this allows for individuals with hearing loss, like those who are deaf or hard of hearing, to get alerted when important sounds occur in their environments and in real time. The Hearing Devices feature connects compatible hearing aids and cochlear implants directly to the phone or iPad. So audio is streamed through Bluetooth, and settings allow for adjustment of amplification, balance, and input of noise. This integrates phone or iPad audio with hearing devices. RTT, or real-time text, allows for real-time text communication during calls, so typed text appears immediately without needing to press send and continues as a live stream. So this replaces spoken communication with live text. Music haptics uses vibration to represent music and sound. The phone will vibrate in patterns that match the rhythm and beats and works with music, videos, and other audio. This allows for users who are deaf or hard of hearing to experience music through touch on their iPhone or iPad. Live speech converts typed text into spoken audio. So how it works is that the user will type a message and the device speaks it out loud. There's also saved phrases, which can be used for quicker communication. This all works as a built-in speech generating system. So the My Personal Voice feature creates a synthetic version of the user's voice. So how it works is that the user will record multiple phrases, and machine learning builds a voice model that can be used with other features on the device, and that includes live speech. So this all helps preserve vocal identity in digital form. Assistive access simplifies the device's interface to make navigation easier, and so how it works is maybe larger buttons, a reduced number of apps, or a simplified layout. And so this can help reduce cognitive load and sometimes the complexity that can come with using an iPhone or an iPad. Guided access keeps the device locked into a single app. So it disables navigation outside that selected app, and it can block touch input in certain areas, and it also allows for time limits to be set, and this all helps prevent unwanted navigation. So now, the Shortcuts app, specifically their accessibility assistant feature, helps users find features that match their specific needs. And so how it works is it'll ask some simple questions about vision, hearing, mobility, and other needs, and then it'll suggest relevant accessibility features and tools based on the user's responses. And this creates a personalized list of recommended tools in the Notes app. And again, all these features are completely free, and they can be found in the accessibility settings in your iPhone or your iPad. And so what it changes is it makes it easier to discover and choose the right accessibility features without having to search manually through these settings. So here on this slide and in our caption, there's going to be links to all these that you see on the screen. These are additional resources from Apple, including their Apple Accessibility website, their Apple Accessibility support that includes step-by-step guides. They also have accessibility videos on YouTube and different tutorials, and it's all compiled in a playlist. There's also the Apple Accessibility Features Overview, which is a section on their website where you can get all the features and some descriptions based and separated on different categories like vision and hearing. And you can also contact Apple support, and they would be happy to help you determine your Apple accessibility features, any needs, and help you answer any questions. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation, and if you think you or a loved one could benefit from assistive technology, or if you would like to learn more about what we have to offer, please contact the FAAST Center via email. That's at the Atlantic RDC at fast.org. And please note that the FAAST Center is by appointment only, so if you would like to make an appointment with us or you have any questions at all, please feel free to send us an email and we will respond to you as soon as possible.